Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's an honor and privilege to have with us today International Inner Wheel past president Dr. Kapila Gupta. Welcome.
Thank you.
Today, as we are all seeing that mental anxiety, stress level is increasing day by day, and after COVID, many people are facing this issue.
Yes.
And in fact, nuclear families, peer pressure, studies pressure, and everything. In
Yes.
fact, I was having a talk with my friends too,
Mhm.
and by chance I realized that everyone is facing this issue, but they don't have that, why we are facing this issue. Particularly, they don't see that why is it happening with us.
Right.
So today we are going to talk about it and have some questions answered from her, that how to deal with it, how to cope with it, and what to do.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure and honor for me too, considering that you're taking me and my opinions on this, whatever is happening around us. Yes, with a vast experience of my life and a journey, quite of challenges facing. Maybe I'm of good use to you. I will try my best.
Thank you. Why is so much hype created when a person consults a psychologist or a psychiatrist when she is mentally not okay? Is mental health not at par with physical health?
No, it is very much a part of physical health also. And I personally feel not anymore it's an hype or it is a stigma. Avenues are opening up. If you see right from school level, we have counselors in school guiding and peer pressures taken care of by counselor. And leave aside in between the age, but old age, senior citizens, there are people who are really going to help senior citizens, and otherwise also the doctors they welcome. And I don't think, and society also helps the people who are passing through this phase. To my opinion, it's like that. It's really improving.
That's a good thing to know that it has improved with time now.
Yes, attitude of people and helping a person who's going through this stage, it's really coming up.
Have you been in a situation where it was difficult for you to mentally cope up with? How did you deal with it? What helped you?
Do you mean inner wheel situation or a family situation?
Any which ways, as we are dealing with inner wheel too, yes, we face at times in inner wheel too, but personally too, have you ever came across the situation?
Yeah, first personally, twice when I lost my mother years back in 1985, and she met an accident, went into coma. For 19 days, I was sitting by her side, being a doctor, tried to help her to come out of it, but she could not, and I lost her. And the second time, and when I lost my husband last year, I thought my life is almost a standstill now. It's almost full stop kind of a thing. But then, thanks to all Innerville sisters and friends around my community and my children, they all pepped me up and helped me in standing up again where I am today, sitting with you for an interview. All became pillar of strength to me, and I got up again and moved forward. For inner wheel, yes, inner wheel's important thing is elections. And year back in 2000, I lost an election of district editor, and coming from Rohtak and getting into elections into district post was a tough thing, and I lost. And I cried, went back home, and I cried, and I thought, it's okay now, it's over. I sit back in Rohtak. Then also my husband and my inner wheel friends, they pepped me up. Election or no election, you are working towards community, towards, I was working for AIDS awareness and de-addiction and alcohol, uh, this thing. So then again, there was again a start, that too thanks to family and inner wheel friends. And look where I am today now. No looking back after that. And so I think the personal incidences are always there, but then when you have inner wheel and a strong community around you and your family, it helps you to stand up and move forward.
That's true.
I have learned that sometimes life gives you a second chance. I have learned that whatever I decide something with an open heart. I usually make the right decision.
You have been an inspiration for all of us truly, and to know this and now know you more,
Yeah, yeah.
it's honestly inspiring.
Thank you so much. Touching my emotional part of my life, which I like to keep myself to myself and being a very, very private person.
COVID changed our lives. It made a huge impact on the mental health of everyone. Do you think we still have not been able to overcome it? We all faced mental issues at that time, and we were in a confined home, confined space, and we were not thinking properly, in fact. So, how it has impacted our lives, and are we able to overcome it now?
I think the 2 years of journey, even rather more than 2 years of journey, with insecurity of your own life, insecurity, and then in 2.5 years, most of us lost their near and dear ones somewhere or the other. So we have learned in our journey to cope up. And thanks to Inner Wheel, that really helped us being occupied with all those Zoom meetings. We learned a lot. We learned that technology can be a great help also to us. People started working from home and many companies could save money. Yes, losing life is a big loss to everyone, but facing that we could survive that phase thanks to vaccination, thanks to herd immunity, and thanks to the community support to each other when we lost someone. So we have now taken it as a part of our life. Generally, especially in India, most awareness has been done. Innerville came up with all the programs, whether providing vaccine, providing help to senior citizens and other things. And Zoom meeting really kept connecting us, and staying connected was a great emotional support to each other. And at the end of the day, I can say it now, we can easily face it in coming days, even it is coming up to us now, in our country especially.
Yes, so true. In fact, I take that for myself too, that I learned during that a lot. Like, I
Absolutely.
was always tech savvy,
Yes.
and then I get to know Zoom, how to operate it, what to do
Yep.
in the background, and how to do that technical stuff,
And
make a stage,
yeah,
editing.
thanks to you,
So,
it means you were a great tool to every district chairman and every club members, and it really helped us presenting clubs their programs and other things on Zoom meeting, and it became a more and more interesting.
yes.
I've learned that every day you should reach out and touch someone. People love a warm hug. That's we always say, प्यार की झप्पी, and just a friendly pat on the back, and it works. क्योंकि solution तो आपको खुद ही करना है.
बिल्कुल. In fact, during that time, yes, we were just okay, a little bit okay, कि अच्छा चलो Zoom मीटिंग है, हम वो अटेंड करेंगे, सबसे मिलेंगे, तो एक अच्छा
Yes.
सा लगता था
Yes,
बहुत
yes.
हमें
It
फिर.
gave us a reason to pass that day,
Yes.
pass that time, connect to others, forget everything.
Yes.
So it really helped.
Even if we didn't have a smile, if we saw someone smiling on the screen, we used to
Yes,
smile by
we
seeing
would
that
also
person
see
then.
that. Yes, smiling reminds me a personal thing. I'm going to share, and I shared, I think, in other events also my personal experience. Last year, when I lost my husband, and I was supposed to attend a triennial conference in Varanasi, and at airport I met my own district people because I wasn't meeting many people at home during those days because I couldn't take that grief. And when they saw me at airport, very gently clinged my hand, showing their condolence, and very next moment they say, एक पिक्चर हो जाए तो पिक्चर हो जाए तो स्माइल है. So thanks to all those Innerville sisters for making me smile.
How far do you feel that joining Inner Wheel has as a therapeutic effect on a person who's in depression?
It's really dear, very great question. It's a lifeline, not to me, to many like me, and it's really, I mean, the opposite name for depression is Innerville. It, as we recently said, that it really peps us up and makes us forget our grief for a moment when we are with Innerville sisters and we are with like-minded members. Much above talking about jewelry or sari, and we are talking about community. We are not getting into personal touches. We are really connecting to each other by being with each other. And it's really a great healing, staying in inner wheel, serving inner wheel, through inner wheel, doing projects and other activities. So really it's healing, not to me. I know many more inner wheel friends which got their healing by continuing their life in inner
So true. In fact, we see if we are having a bad day at times, then acha chalo in a wheel meeting may we have to go, then we
Yes.
put a smile.
wheel.
And it's not like we are just putting it for the heck of it.
No.
When we see people, meet people,
Yes.
and in fact, if we are going for a project
Yes.
and then doing something good, that puts a smile on our
Smile
face
to
too.
our face.
We are content in our hearts that we
Yes.
did something.
Yeah, it comes from within, and it's natural because we are connecting to our own like-minded sisters.
Yes. As corollary to the above question, do you think inner wheel has worked enough in curing the mental health of those affected? How can we extend our realm in this sphere?
Very true. It's almost in continuation of my last answer to your question. Inner will gives you a platform to love. As you said, the moment we see and remember and invite to go for service activity or an inner will event where we are making more and more friendship, promoting our friendship, फॉर ए मोमेंट ही सही चाहे आप अपना सब दुख दर्द भूल जाते हो. एंड सोसाइटी क्या है? सोसाइटी sometimes reminds you of your grief, of your current situation, whereas inner wheel helps you in getting over your grief, your current situation, whatever form the grief may be. When you serve on the platform of inner wheel, you share your pain with them and you see their pain, so your own pain gets divided. And when you attend an inner wheel friendship event like I used to meet or other events of the district, like coming Holi also, Holi and Basant and all, so that way your pain goes off and your happiness multiplies. So the service and friendship both are both hands of inner wheel, and they keep you moving ahead, leaving behind your grief somewhere back in the corner of your heart.
Yes. In fact, even if we don't want to get up that day from our bed, we still
Yes.
think, अच्छा चलो ये function है, चलो जाना ही है. So
Yes.
it makes us go.
Absolutely.
And then if we are going for a project, that's a saying कि मैंने बाहर का दुख देखा, तो
Yeah.
मैंने जब ये देखा कि
अपना तो भूल ही
अपना
गए,
तो भूल
भूल
ही
ही
गया,
गए।
मेरा दुख कितना कम और फिर
Absolutely.
बाहर कितना
Absolutely.
है, कितना कुछ है.
Yes, I have so many examples. Whereas means destiny we don't know, but God knows about it. So He makes a situation where a lady joins an inner wheel. How वो जरिया बन जाता है, and in coming years when that incident happens in that lady's life, so she's already an inner wheel established member, and we help them, inner wheel help them in standing up and moving forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does inner wheel help us when we are mentally down?
Definitely. As I said, I can give you so many examples. Whenever inner wheel sister faces some grief, and other inner wheel friends, they get to know of it without even showing that they are helping you coming out of it. They do it, they sit with you, call you, and they don't talk of your grief at that moment. They want to just deviate your attention, or they want to help in a way. Sometimes someone they come up with fruit, sometimes they come up with just a like-minded member, sit together, have a cup of tea, you forget your grief. And inner wheel sisters are wonderful, in small ways, small gestures, they really help you get over your grief or depression or the situation you are passing through. And many of my inner wheel sisters would agree with me. Those who have somewhere in their stage of life have passed through these things.
In fact, if they are also not okay, then also they make us feel okay. I've seen
Absolutely,
that.
absolutely. They themselves have gone through same situation, but then they do not talk of that, and they make you feel comfortable. As Maya Angelou said, I have noted down the lines that I have learned that no matter what happens or how bad it seems today, life does go on and it will be better tomorrow.
Yes.
I listened to beautiful lines sung by Siddharth Mon recently. Every morning, Rab ki raja mein raji rehna seekh le. So the moment I recite these lines every morning, so I'm okay.
And I remember that we were in our home during COVID. We were
Yeah.
facing, we all four of us were down with COVID.
Oh, yes.
And everyone was ringing up. Yes, we
Yes.
were not picking up calls at that
Yes.
time. We were not checking much of messages because
Yes.
those were not good messages.
Absolutely.
But to have that energy back in us was inner wheel,
Inner wheel.
because they were like they were also not okay, because they were
Yes.
also facing that issue,
Absolutely.
but they were calling just to make us feel okay.
Feel okay, yes.
And it
It's
felt ki, truly we have inner wheel sisters around us
Absolutely.
who makes us feel good.
Absolutely. Inner wheel, there's nothing showing off the fake feelings. It comes genuinely
That's
within,
so true.
from yourself.
Yes. Is the influx of social media responsible for the increase in mental illness, or it acts as a stress buster?
I would say both ways. Extreme of everything is bad, you know. So social media, too much social media creating fear on COVID recently, we must say that, is really was not good. But then luckily we could filter what is good and what is bad. That recently, somewhere in January this year, again the same thing started building up by media. The hype on COVID coming back again and this. But now we knew that we cannot be fooled. We all are vaccinated. We all had somewhere in our journey in 2.5 years have suffered from COVID, so herd immunity, and we know how to protect ourselves. So that way we can filter what is wrong from media and what was good that on media, because we couldn't go out. So media was telling us how to protect ourselves from COVID. Media tells us how to cope up with our stress or depression, and all the more lately media is telling senior citizens not to be fooled and give your money and everything
Yes.
to your children, and media is guiding them how to pass your time and live happily in of your 20, 10, 15 years of your life, enjoy your life kind of. So sometimes media is really good, and it acts as a guru or teacher, and we should take the best part of the social media and leave aside the bad part of social media.
So true. If we see that now, Instagram, our generation mostly
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
moved towards Instagram. We are Instagram
Absolutely.
savvy. So at times, yes, we find such good quotes, such
Absolutely.
inspirational articles on that,
Truly.
that make us peps us up,
Yes.
and we feel okay. So we have learned from it so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, the another good part of social media is, as you talk of Instagram, people are promoting their businesses.
Yes.
We are getting aware of it, that what is good to buy, what is not to be bought. And during COVID days, the social media and the online technology helped us getting our grocery at our doorstep also.
Yes.
So we should always go for the best in everything.
Yes. And I think so negative part comes where we do a little bit too
Absolute,
much.
Too much, yes, it becomes too much. But sometimes when you are bored, this social media is a time pass also.
Yes.
Sometimes.
I agree. It's mind diversion too. And
Yes.
like I heard a small story.
Yes.
There was this girl who was in depression.
Yeah.
That counselor was telling me that because he's my friend, and he was sharing that she was in depression just because she was not able to complete her nail art, and she had to post a video on Instagram that day.
Oh gosh.
She was an influencer on Instagram, and
Yeah.
yes, to us that might not be that big thing, but for her it was a very big
very
thing.
big thing, definitely. But I personally feel, one of my friends shared with me that you should not share on social media that you are traveling abroad, you are traveling. So then somehow some bad persons may
Yes.
get to know that you are not home, and then they break in and they
Yes.
do the theft also. So please use the good part of social media.
Yes, so true. We have to see the good part and the
Absolutely.
bad part both, and
ways.
keep what to do. We
Absolutely.
absolutely have to think about it before posting too.
Definitely.
At times.
Definitely.
You made a group on WhatsApp of 21 days of abundance in 2020. What was the inspiration behind it? Did it help people? Did you see a change in yourself?
Yes, definitely. I believe in more than anything else, it's your own personal emotional growth. More than physical health, it's the emotional growth which helps you in growing up in your life, and you need to evolve yourself. More than anyone else, you should work on yourself after certain stage. Definitely after taking care of your children and you should work on yourself for your own evolvement of the growth also. So I've been reading Deepak Chopra for quite some years. If you remember, in 2003 district conference of Dr. Vinita Chopra, Deepak Chopra had been invited to be chief guest at our district conference. So I showed him that I've been reading his book, Seven Spiritual Laws of Life. That has been my bedside book. So suddenly in 2020, the COVID days were there, and one of my friend in my society, they came up with an idea to form a group. Deepak Chopra has started doing these kind of things, the 21 days of abundance. He was doing physical, and then because of the COVID, it's coming on online kind of courses, WhatsApp courses, and I instantly joined that. And every day there was something new coming up within me. I have learned to let go things. I have learned to remember the good part of my life. I have learned to remember the good part of people, and I have learned to forgive people. In those, at the end of 21 days, you are so much evolved, much more than what you do on everyday practice. So I thought, why not have it with Inner Will Friend also? So, and I'm continuing practicing every morning since then on myself. I finish off that 21 days course and start off again from day one every morning.
That's so good that sharing your benefits that you have shared with others too.
Absolutely.
And it has been, a knowledgeable experience for others and inspirational for everyone.
Yes, it was good. Sharing and caring is also one part of inner will objective. That's
Yes.
important.
And COVID does have, changed all of us in a positive way too, if we take that now.
Truly, and that's kind of a commitment. I think I must say, commitment empowers everyone. Commitment to yourself, commitment to your family, commitment to your friends, commitment to your community. It really empowers. Commitment comes from loyalty. And who do we own loyalty to? We own loyalty neither to our individuals nor to organizations. It's to us, the values, the commitment to our values. When a person's value system is very clear, the decision making becomes a lot more clearer. And we are totally doing something good, not only for the community or our organization, but for ourselves also. As you always say, make a light for someone else also, and you never know, you may be inspiring other many people
So
like
true.
that. So that's what my motto is always of my life.
That's so true. In fact, if we go down that during these years, we have changed now. Matlab, in fact, for myself, I too at times feel that COVID has changed in a positive way. Because now I'm happy and content that just I have a roof on my head. I have
Absolutely.
one meal at least a day.
Absolutely.
I have my family around. That's enough for me.
Absolutely. At
And
the end of 2.5 years, everyone knows this thing, happy that you are alive.
yes,
I'm
so
truly
true.
saying that. Yes.
And in fact, when we helped others, we realized how much people are suffering outside, what
yes,
they
yes,
are facing.
Yes. Distantly on phone calls, we supported so many our friends, our relatives, and us also. We saved ourselves also at such moments. Definitely.
Thank you so much, Kapila ji, for your precious time. It has been a wonderful talk with you today. I have learned a lot, and hoping that all our everyone inner wheel sisters learn from it too. And yes, obviously I am now more charged up by your answers and your thoughts and views, and I'm sure they'll be too. And it's inspiring, your journey has been inspiring, and I'm so happy that you gave that time to us today.
Thanks a lot. Pleasure has always been mine. And you again woke up inner wheel within me and brought me up what I am, truly the Kapila Gupta, keeping at the back of myself all my grief and giving me, charging myself again to move forward. Thanks a lot and God bless you always. Keep smiling, promoting inner wheel, promoting friendship, and promoting service. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.